That sounds good is not a strategy. It's nice, it's polite, it might even make you feel better for 6 minutes, but it's not a strategy. And this is where a lot of you get stuck. And I'm talking to you, smart people. You're not lazy, you're not clueless, you're not sitting around eating cereal out of a mixing bowl, wondering why the brand fairy has not shown up yet. You're trying. You really are. You're asking people, you're workshopping your message, you're sending your bio to friends, you're texting the offer to a business partner, you're asking the mastermind that you're in, you're asking your spouse, and you're asking ChatGPT and Manus and Claude and all the other AI platforms, and you might even be asking your dog. And the answer keeps coming back, yeah, sounds good. Okay, wonderful. Now what? And that's the problem. Sounds good does not tell you what to do next. It doesn't tell you what to cut. It does not tell you what people remember. It does not tell you what story should lead. It doesn't tell you what belongs in your bio, in your content, and it doesn't tell you what sentence someone would repeat after hearing you once. It just tells you someone was nice enough not to hurt your feelings. Which, listen, I appreciate. I'm from the Midwest. We built entire regional economies on people not hurting each other's feelings. Someone could hand us a sandwich made of drywall and we'd be like, interesting texture. That's Midwest nice. But Midwest nice won't fix your positioning. And that's what this video is about. A lot of you don't need more feedback. You need direction. Feedback feels productive, but direction gets you moving. That's a huge difference, right? Feedback says, I like that. Direction says, use this line. Feedback says, hey, that's interesting. And direction says, stop explaining that part first. Let's do another feedback. Feedback says, maybe talk more about your story. Well, direction says, this story's the one. That one comes later. You have a lot of good ideas. That's what feedback says. But direction says, this right there, that one, that's the one people remember. That's the work, right? That's why people come into my Only Statement audits. Not because you have no ideas. Usually you've got too many. You've got 12 different versions of your bio. You've got 4 offer descriptions. You've got 3 versions of your origin story. You've got a folder called Final Copy that has never, ever once contained anything final. You've got a voice memo from a walk where you figured it all out, right? And then you forgot what it meant. You've got to do Google Doc. That's become less of a document and more of an emotional support animal. And you're still asking, does this sound good? That, my friends, I'm telling you, it's a wrong question. What's the better question? Ready? Can people repeat it? Can people remember it? Can people explain it when you're not in the room? Can the right person hear it and say, that is exactly what I need? What about, can this turn into content, into a pitch, into a referral? Can this turn into a reason to book? That's what matters. All right, so let me give you a pattern I see all of the time. Someone comes into the audit with a message that everyone has already approved. We got the spouse likes it. Business partner loves it. The friend who always uses the word powerful likes it. Your mastermind says, hey, love this, yeah. And ChatGPT says, this is a strong and compelling positioning statement. Of course it does. ChatGPT is very supportive, right? It's my friend. It's like a golden retriever. with punctuation. But when asked, what do you want people to remember? There's a pause. When I ask, what's the line someone would say if they referred to you? There's another pause. When I ask, what part of this makes you different from the other people who do the same thing? Well, now you got a longer pause. That pause is the problem, because a message can sound good and still not be useful. That's where most people get fooled. You mistake approval for clarity. You mistake compliments for direction. You mistake "I like it" for "I would remember it." That's not the same thing. Now, I've seen this with clients who have big ideas. They're good ideas. And one person has a company, a product, a program, a framework, a speaking idea, a lead magnet, and a bigger movement sitting on the table. And everyone can look at that and say, wow, this is great. Now, they're not wrong, okay? It's great. But great does not tell us what goes first. Another person who has got a deep professional background, years of proof, high-level clients, and enough credentials to make their resume need a seatbelt. And people say, this is impressive. Cool. But impressive, it's not the same as memorable. And another person's been using AI to write posts, hooks, bios, captions, emails, all of the things. Everything sounds cleaner, maybe a bit smoother. Sounds a bit like you got dressed up for the LinkedIn brunch. But it still does not say why this person matters. It's not a writing problem. That, my friends, that is a positioning problem. And this is where the audit comes in. The ONLY Statement Audit, it's not a group vote. It's not me saying, let me ask 12 more people and see what they think. Please, no. That is how you end up with a message that has been sanded down by a committee until it has no pulse, just like most of my development meetings and green light meetings in the entertainment industry, but I'm not saying that out loud. The audit is where we make decisions. This is the line, this is the story, this is the part you can start explaining, this is the detail people will remember, this is the angle that makes the content amazing, this is the thing that belongs at the front. And that is the sentence that gives people a way to talk about you, and that is what people are buying. People are buying that one-on-one ONLY Statement Audit. It's not just a call, it's not just encouragement, not just a fun hour where I get excited and wave my hands around, which probably will happen. You're buying direction. Direction changes what you do next. If you know the line, you can update the bio. If you know the story, you can record the video. If you know the angle, you can post with a point. And if you know what people should remember, your content stops being random. And if you know what makes you the only, the next conversation gets earlier. It gets easier. That's why feedback alone is not enough. Feedback can keep you busy. Direction makes you useful. And that is the buyer pain I want you to hear. If you've been collecting opinions for weeks, months, maybe years, and you still don't know what to say, the problem is not that you need one more opinion. You need a decision. You need someone to look at the pile and say, that is the thing. Not forever, not tattooed on your forehead. We already talked about that. Let's not make forehead positioning a trend, please. But for this season, this offer, this audience, this next version of your brand, this is what you use. And I know why this is hard, because asking for feedback feels safer than making a decision. If people give feedback, you can stay in the draft. You can keep tweaking. You can keep saying, I'm close. I'm refining. I'm still playing with the language. I'm getting thoughts. That all sounds productive, right? And sometimes it is. But sometimes just hiding. And at some point, the message has to leave the document. It's got to go out into the public. Your content, your intro, your sales page, your podcast pitch, your referral ask. It's got to get out there. It's got to get to the masses. Your next post, your next call. That's why I care so much about usable language. Now, it's not perfect, okay? I'm telling you, it's not perfect language. It's usable. and it will get better over time. And it's language you can try, it's language you can test, it's language people can respond to, language people can repeat back to you, because that's when the brand starts becoming real. Not when everyone says it sounds good, but when the right people start remembering it. So before you ask one more person, what do you think? Ask a better question. What do you remember? What do you remember? That is the test. And if they can't remember it, it's probably not clear enough. Remember, if they can't repeat it, it's probably too complicated. If they cannot tell you who it's for, it's probably too broad. And if they say, I like it, but cannot explain it, you still have work to do. And that's okay. Doesn't mean you're bad at this. It means you're too close to your own story. You've got too many ingredients. You need help turning the pile into a plate. And yes, now I'm hungry again. It's dinner. Thanks. So you've been asking everyone if your message sounds good, if you have been asking everyone if your message sounds good, if you have too many opinions and still no decision, if your bio has been rewritten so many times it should qualify for hazard pay, go to findyouronly.app. That's findyouronly.app. The new 2.0 version is live. Yes, 8 questions in under 8 minutes. It's all free. Findyouronly.app. Go to findyouronly.app. 8 questions in under 8 minutes. Start there. Get the clues out of your head. Then book the 1-hour Only Statement Audit if you want help turning all that feedback into a message people can actually remember. Because that sounds good is not a strategy. That sounds good is not a strategy. You need words people remember. You need direction you can use. You need a message that moves. Findyouronly.app. 8 questions in under 8 minutes. Go now to Find Your Only. Be the only. Be the $2 bill.